Here we go. Again, I'm Erica. Thank you so much for joining. This self-care series is going to be Pain Point for Techies. We're going to be working on the head, the jaw, the neck, and then through the forearms and the hands from all that repetitive activity we do. So let's begin on our backs. So please come onto your back. Bend your knees. And then what I'd like to have you do is to elevate the pelvis. There are a lot of different options for this. You can take the block under your sacrum, take a few books under your sacrum. I love the foam roller for this because it gives a little bit of mobility. But whatever makes you feel stable, feel supported, come to that position. And then turn the palms up. Think about turning from the shoulder blades. So pull the shoulder blades back so that you feel the shoulder blades ground out into the floor. Roll the shoulders open, and then let the back of the hands rest on the earth. So welcome. It looks like people are still joining a little bit. So come onto your back, settle down. We will be using a set of therapy balls as well as a block or some books for this session. And as you're here, just start to sense where your body is resting on the earth. Feel the support of the floor beneath you so that you feel your feet grounded into the earth. You feel the back and the arms resting on the earth. You feel the support in the center of the body in the pelvis. And just feel and sense the weight of the body as it rests into the floor. So part of this practice and part of this work, and especially this session, which I geared towards that computer work and tech type work, is to come back into the feeling state of the body. When we're on our computers, when we're doing our work, we get caught up in our head and we lose that connection to what's the body saying. Because the body doesn't think in thoughts like our head. The body thinks in sensations and feelings. So this practice is about reconnecting to the body so that you can sense better within the body. And now to create some more connection and that sense of movement and body awareness, let's start to draw in our breath. So take your hands, maybe one comes to your chest, one comes to your belly, or both hands could rest on the belly. Wherever you can, let the arms continue to be relaxed. And let's just count the breath. Let's just inhale and exhale. Starting to add a count to that like a metronome. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue in that even tidal breath for a few rounds on your own. And then we're going to add some retention to that to even out the breath. So inhale, pause at the top of the inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then hold the exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. So now we're going to continue that breath like a square. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold.
Exhale for 4. And then hold. Let's do 3 more rounds on your own breath. 4 beats to each of the 4 sides of the breath. Hold. Exhale for 4. And hold the empty. Exhale for 4. One more time, all together. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And then hold the empty for 4. And go ahead, let the breath come back to its normal rhythm. Let the hands come back by their sides, turning upward. Staying in the felt sense of the body, the sensation of the breath flowing in and out, maybe a little bit more evenly, a little bit more easy now. And just letting go of the head. Bring the head lower than the body in this reclined position to allow that head, that cognitive function, just to become inferior to the sensory body, to the breath body, so that we can reconnect to what our body has to tell us. And use this practice to improve our embodiment or our body mapping. And now you can leave the hips up on the block or the foam if that feels good to you. If the back feels like it needs to come down, you can come back to that position of just lying with your knees bent. But if you like the hips elevated, this is going to be really helpful for the next part. We're going to take our therapy balls, take them out of the tote if that's possible. If they're connected, it's fine. But we're going to take those balls right into that meaty part of the upper trap now. Those tension holding muscles where the world sits on our shoulders. So take your therapy ball and place it as if you're going to squeeze the top of your shoulder. Place it right into the meaty part of the top of the shoulder. It's not on the shoulder blade, but it's into the inside medial of the shoulder blade. And it's not on the spine. So if you're lying with your hips flat on the floor, you might not feel anything. But then if you lift the hips up into a bridge, you may really start to feel something. So find a height that allows some increased pressure into here. And then now, bring the arms up. And the arms are going to reach towards the sky or reach towards the ceiling. And then now let's just feel the shoulder blades move forward so the fingertips reach toward the sky. And then feel the shoulder blades drop back so the shoulders sink back into the earth. So the arms stay straight. This motion comes just from the shoulder blade moving on the rib cage. So arms stay reaching up the whole time. And then just the shoulder blades drop back towards the floor. So if you just gaze over towards me, you see my arms don't look like they're moving too much, because the arms are just an extension of the shoulder blades. But as you reach the arms forward and then let the shoulder blades drop back, you should feel a little bit of movement right where the balls meet the body. And at any time you feel like the balls need to be replaced to find that just right spot, do that. Listen to the input. Listen to the sensory cues of the body saying, oh, this is what feels right. And now, let the arms come up overhead. And as the arms come up overhead, you'll really feel this pinching, compression into the upper traps. So into that bulky part. And my elbows bend a little bit. You might even stack your hands one on top of the other
so that it's like you have this circular shape above your head. And now send your breath, all your awareness, right to where the body meets the balls. And with your awareness, with the mind's eye, can you intentionally soften and relax right where the balls of the body meet? We're going to hold this for about 1.5 minutes. This is actually a positional release for the upper trap muscles, those muscles that sit right at the top of the shoulders, where the neck meets the thoracic spine, where we carry that stress and the weight. This just allows them to come into a shortened position, like taking a stretch off of a rubber band. And now as we hold this for the next 5 breaths or so, can you think about elongating your exhale? So coming back to the counting of the breath, maybe breathe in for 4, and then breathe out for 6. And then if it's comfortable, maybe extending that exhale to be for 8. So inhaling for 4, and then exhaling for 8. Without striving, without efforting, without forcing. Whatever is comfortable in your body so that you can remain that sense, at that sense of ease. Take 1 more round of breath. And then bring the arms back down by your sides. And now let's start to integrate some mobility here with that upper trap release. So everybody who has a support underneath their hips, take it out. So when you take that out, you'll feel the pressure of the balls decrease. But keep the knees bent and keep the balls right where they were, right at the top of the shoulders, right in that meaty spot right there. And take time to reposition or readjust if necessary. And now what we're going to do is we're going to inhale. And as we inhale, we're going to lift our hips into an active bridge, as well as lift the arms up overhead. And you're really going to get some nice sensation into there. And then we're going to exhale, slowly lower the hips and lower the hands. I'm going to have you do this 8 times. So go to your own breath. That was 1. So inhale. Slow and steady, pause at the top, and then exhale. You might come back to that square breathing if it feels right. And I'm getting the hips involved here because we also spend a lot of time in hip flexion, in sitting. So getting the glutes, getting the hamstrings, getting the back body fired up is also going to help reset the posture. Also going to take us out of that slump that causes a lot of discomfort in the upper back, in the head, in the jaw. Continuing to move to your own breath, 1 breath per motion. Keeping your awareness focused on the sensations in the body, as well as the movement of the breath. Without straining, overthinking about what I'm saying, just hear what's coming to you and keep your awareness in the body. 1 more time. And then back down. Great.
Take the balls out from where they are. Come back to that starting position of just resting on your back. Feeling the shoulder blades drop back, feeling the palms turn upward. Noticing the change. And then now taking your therapy balls back into your toes. We're going to bring the therapy balls down to our sacrum. We're going to work on the mobility throughout the whole spine. We're going to start at our pelvis to actually get to the head. Because a lot of our head position is due to where our foundation is. So coming to the pelvis. Pelvic awareness is super important with that. And this is going to help with your seated posture. So take your therapy balls, bring them right to where that block started. So right behind the sacrum, bringing them together. So you're right at the top of the triangular bone at the base of your spine. So right here, not in the low back, but right where those dimples are. Think about placing the balls right over the dimples. And now, creating some gentle move with the pelvis. Tip the pelvis towards your heels to increase the arch in the back. And then now, tuck the tailbone to lengthen out the back so that you flatten the low back towards the floor a bit. Again, tip the pelvis down to arch the back. Inhale into that arch position. And then exhale, flatten the back, tuck the tailbone. This action is so critical for positioning ourselves in sitting and standing. And then now as you rock forward and back, keep moving from the pelvis, but note what happens to the head. Just feel how the head begins to move as you rotate the pelvis forward and back. This is where I really want you to be attentive. And if you don't feel anything, that's okay. I'm going to cue you in right now. As the hips drop towards the heels and the back arches, feel the chin drop towards the throat a little bit, so you tuck the chin. Then now as the hips tip back towards the head and the tailbone lifts, feel the chin lift towards the sky a little bit. So as you tip the pelvis towards the heels, the chin goes down. As you tuck the tailbone, and the tailbone goes up to the sky, so does the chin. So tailbone goes back towards the floor like you're wagging your tail, chin goes down and back. Tailbone tucks, lifts towards the sky, back flattens, chin lifts. See if you can do that motion a few times, just to feel that connection between the pelvis and the head. Trying not to effort, but just allowing the body to follow where the pelvis leads. And then find stillness. Let the pelvis drop towards the floor. Maybe let the knees rock side to side a little bit just to release. So remove the balls, rock the knees side to side. Maybe stretch the legs out long even for a moment since they've been bent for a while. And then now find your block or your book
and your balls, and we're going to take them right to the base of the head. So take the balls right to the ridge at the back of the head. They're going to not be in the neck, but up towards the head. Actually, if you slide them down from the top of the head, let them land right above that little ridge. Because if they're too low, you're going to find that they start sliding out, start sliding out. So what we're doing right here is really influential. We're getting a little tuck of the chin towards the throat, some nice elongation through the back of the neck, and an elongation of where the head sits on the spine. So we're unsticking the head from the top of the spine. So here, we're going to stay here for a few minutes. And if you'd like, the legs can come straight again. Or the feet, the knees can bend, and the soles of the feet can come together, and your knees can fall out like a cobbler pose. Keep the palms turned up and try to keep the shoulder blades dropping back towards the floor. And then come back to your breath. Notice first how the body feels. Then notice what changing positions, what reorganizing our awareness did to the breath. Can you come back to that letting go breath? In for 4, out for 6. And if it feels right, maybe in for 4, out for 8. Taking 3 more breaths. And then start to tuck the chin. Do a little bit of that chin tucking and lifting action that you were doing before while your pelvis was on the balls. Tuck the chin towards the throat. And then allow it to release. As you release, feel the balls sink in a little bit deeper. Tuck the chin. Feel an elongation in the back of the neck. So that nod is creating a little mobilization here. Again, we're unsticking the head from the cervical spine. This is where a lot of our essential life functions happen. So in this area, working this area is going to help regulate our nervous system, our breath control, our heart rate. As those things start to normalize, reset, come back to resting, a more resting state, it will help with things like improve our immunity, improve our digestion, improve our sleep.
So taking this little time out and this break during the day is going to have benefits throughout your day and throughout your night. And then pause, find a moment of stillness and just notice the difference. Feel the head, feel the weight of the body. And then if your knees aren't bent, again, bend your knees and come back to that rotation of the knees side to side. Knees are going to fall apart from one another as they go side to side. So feet are hip distance or a little bit wider. And then rock the knees. And notice here how as you rock the knees, you'll feel a gentle rocking all the way up to the base of the head. As the knees rock, can you keep your awareness pinned to where the balls meet the body? Keeping slow, steady breathing. Maybe one breath per motion, so as the knees rock, breathe, inhale. As you come back to center, exhale. Or whatever feels right in your body. And notice how the pressure shifts from side to side. And then come back to center and relax. Remove the balls, remove the block. Lie flat on your back for a moment. Totally flat, totally supported, letting go of any effort and feeling your body just drop, melt, collapse. Be totally supported by the floor beneath you, letting go of any mental effort, any physical effort, just allowing yourself to be for just a minute, rested, supported, at ease in this space. Take a full breath in, and then through the mouth, exhale, like sigh it out. And then roll to your side. Very gently roll to your side. And now we're going to reposition ourselves on our sides, taking your block or your books. I like something firmer rather than a pillow because the pillow gets a little squishy. A couch cushion could work. But we're going to work on keeping the head in line with the neck here. And we're going to come and roll the head and roll the jaw now. So the first place that I want you to position the ball is if you find your temple's in front of your hairline, just go back and up a little bit into your hairline. And if you clench your jaw, you'll feel it tighten under your fingertips. So where you feel it tighten under your fingertips, that's where you'll position the ball. And then bring the ball to the side of your head and just allow yourself to lie there. Allow the weight of your head to do the work. Let me know if you have any questions. Think about coming and relaxing. Finding a position of ease. The knees may hug up to the chest. And then start to see what happens if you start to gently rock the head in a yes or a no. So So as you move, think about moving like you're rocking a baby. So this motion is self-soothing motion. So approach yourself in this work as if you were a baby, as if you were a child, and you're just cradling and nurturing your head right now in your hands. Bring that feeling sense to this work. So if you've nodded and shaking the head no, maybe just try to find stillness in the head now. And see what happens as you open and close the jaw. It's a very gentle movement, so shaking the head no, nodding. And if you get distracted, come back to the breath. Elongating that exhale. And then as you're ready, transition the location of that ball from the head now to the jaw. So to find the masseter, the clenching muscle, we were just in the temporalis, which also is part of that clenching. But to come to the masseter, that muscle that brings the teeth together, come right underneath the cheekbone in front of the ear. So you're coming from the opening of the ear forward and just below the cheekbone. And as you lie on it, you'll find that just right spot. And again, just meet the sensation in the body as you arrive. Try to soften into the sensation as the ball meets your cheek without trying to change it, without efforting or trying to move right away. Just meet that sensation. And then ask the body, what does it need to be about 10% more comfortable? How can I ease the sensation? How can I self-soothe? Maybe you try the no again, the gentle rocking of the no, or the gentle nodding of the yes. Or here, you may even try opening and closing the jaw gently, or just repositioning the jaw. See what happens if you open it halfway, and then try to soften it there in that gently open position. You might feel some increased sensation there. Listen to the sensations of your body. Your body thinks, so your body informs you through feelings and sensations. So meet the sensations that are coming up in the body and be curious about them. The way we think about our thoughts, like, oh, that's funny that I'm thinking about that. I wonder why I'm thinking that. Or, what is that thought trying to tell me? Think in the same way in your body. Like, oh, what is that sensation telling me? Telling me about how I hold myself, telling me about the tightness that I have here or the stress that I'm carrying. Maybe thoughts start to arise as you meet these tender points in the body, because they hold our emotions and our thoughts as well. Take about 3 more breaths here, making yourself as comfortable as possible, leaning in, inquiring into the sensation. And then release. For those of you at home, you can just rotate through your back or your belly to the other side. I'm gonna sit up and flip so that you can still see me. If you are facing the camera and you wanna stay facing me, just come up to sit and flip over to the other side. And we'll come back to the temporalis. So coming to the temple, just up and back a little bit. If you clench, you'll feel it move under your hands. You'll feel the muscle contract, so come right there. Meeting yourself, gently easing into it, letting the body be as comfortable as possible, using as little effort as possible. The knees may hug up into your chest. So you feel that position of support, comfort, fetal position. And then sense what's going on where the body and the ball meet. First, feel the weight of the head into the ball. Allow melting there. Then start to nod or rotate the head no. Finding which movement you're being called to. So this first ball placement is on the head. Maybe opening and closing the jaw here. And then as you feel complete there, on your own time, start to transition that ball to the jaw. So now we're moving from the head to the jaw, and we're placing the ball right underneath that cheekbone, just in front and slightly below the ear. So kind of like in line with the earlobe. And then find that place of sensation. So it's slightly different on everybody. So do a little inquiry. So shake the head no, nod the head yes. Open and close the jaw to gently meet yourself where sensation arises. And if you start to think or get into your head or get a little irritable, come back to the sensation of the body on the earth. Feel the weight of your body. Ground yourself back where you are. And then feel the breath. Breathing right into that point of contact between the ball and the body. Letting your awareness follow your breath. And then as you feel ready, remove the ball, remove the block. Just one more time, come all the way onto your back, lie down and let go completely. Relaxing into a complete state of support and ease. Just noting the change from when we began to where we are now. And then roll to your side, come up to sit. I'm gonna wake you all up just a little bit to finish. So I promise to do a little forearm rolling. So now that you're all relaxed, you're gonna have to get back on with your day. So we'll complete the session by doing a little rolling to our forearms. So you can either take blocks or books and stack them up. You can also do this at a coffee table, at your desk if you're heading back there, wherever wherever the right place for you is, you can head there now. And so all we're going to do is we're just going to roll along the forearms. There are two options. If you have the balls separate, a single ball will do. However, I really like them in the tote, or I really like the double balls for this, because you can get right into the grooves. So I like to start on this ulnar side, or this pinky side, and I just like to roll along the pinky side to begin. Maybe a little bit more to the palm, or maybe a little bit more to the back. And I'm just going to slow and steady explore the back, explore my forearm. So I started to tip towards the back side, so that extensor side that we need to tight or to grip. The back of the forearm does that. And usually I break these long bones up into two parts. So I start by the wrist and I go up to about the middle of the shaft, and I have my other hands just providing a little compression. This increases the pressure. I could also change my position to get my body weight over. What's really beautiful about this work is you get to meet yourself exactly where you are. You get to be the perfect massage therapist. So you're like, oh, this is exactly where I need to be. This is exactly how deep I want to be. You get to go there, and you get to choose. And also you learn how to care for your body better by doing it yourself. So I provide a gentle compression with my other hand, which is totally not necessary. And then switch. If your palm is turned up, turn the palm down. And start just by going through half of the forearm. So explore one half at a time. So I am now in the upper part. And then work back down towards the wrist. Maybe as you move, you find, oh, I have this one spot that I just keep going over. If you're there, if you find that one spot, that just right spot, take your hands, compress over it. Now, bend and straighten the wrist. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten. If your two balls don't stay well in whatever you have, just use a single ball. A single ball will do just fine. I just like the little groove that the two balls creates, because I can kind of get at different angles, but a single ball outside of a tote is perfectly fine as well. So do what feels right and works right for you. Great. And now, one more thing on this side. This time you are going to come and bring your weight over the ball. This area right here of the thumb always gets super tight. Ball comes right into that crease. And look, I'm just going to push my weight right into that crease between my thumb and index finger. You can leave it in the tote. I happen to take it out. But if you just put the tote sideways, you don't have to undo it. Just like that. Push right down, straight down. Spread that space between the thumb and the index finger. You may push down and then let off, reposition, push down and let off. And then let's go to the other side. So you know the technique now. I like to use the two balls. I tend to start on the back side of my wrist. I come to the pinky side and then rotate down or up depending upon which way I feel inclined to go. And I break this bone into two parts. So I'm going to start at the wrist and work my way up. And this is a good time, if anyone has any questions, feel free to go ahead and you can ask me. Go ahead and unmute yourself. I did give you that. Thank you so much for joining. For those of you that are bugging out, they have something because it's about time. Now I'm working up to the higher part. Thank you, of the wrist. So as we wrap up here, again, coming back into the sort of active state, I will be doing this every day from 12 to 12:45. I am doing it on a donation base because I know everybody's in different circumstances right now, but this is my work. So if you'd like to make a donation, you can. The suggested donation is $10 on Venmo. You can also follow me on Instagram, Erica_Merritt, or check out my website, ericamerritt.com. I'll put all the topics up there, some other things I'm doing on Instagram, including a live class. And I'm happy to email you a copy of this. So just you can write your email in the chat, or you can email me, erica.merritt@icloud.com. I'll put all of those things in the chat right now. And I'd be happy to help you in whatever way. So now take your hand right on top, press down, and I will be around for questions for the next few minutes after class if you want to ask. So just press that web space into the ball. And then release. Just shake those arms out. Move those fingers around. You may feel some popping, snapping, some more mobility in there. Thank you so much for joining me today. Now you can go back to your work with better posture and more awareness. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to answer them now.